Hello everyone, I am Kadir. Welcome to our presentation. Today we are going to talk about our material adaptation study, and let me introduce the outline. This study includes the aim of the study, the result of the coursebook evaluation analysis, the result of the students' needs analysis, about the unit, the aims of the unit, adaptation stage, what did we do, suggestion, and conclusion parts. If you are ready, let's get started then. First of all, the aim of the study is to adapt the third unit downtown of the book given to the students by the Minister of National Education from the aspect of receptive and productive skills, reading, listening, writing and speaking, with the help of our coursebook analysis and needs analysis research to make English lessons more effective and enjoyable. Let's talk about the result of the coursebook evaluation analysis. According to our criteria, this book is 80% adequate and 20% inadequate. And if we talk about the strengths and the weaknesses, our book is well prepared in terms of visuals. In general, visuals are okay. Audio materials. Our book has CD in it, and 6th grade students' proficiency level is A1. And book is appropriate for learners' age and their proficiency level. Thanks to the book, we have also teacher's book and there are student-centered methods in it. And it addresses each intelligence types. And there are pre, while and post activities, especially in reading activities, to develop students' language skills. And activities mostly encourage students to speak in target language. Instructions are clear enough to understand, and there are various activities to develop students' receptive and productive skills. Let's talk about weaknesses. There isn't any workbook or website, so students cannot go online or they don't have a chance to study in workbook. And the book doesn't consist of extensive reading activities. Skimming, scanning, pronunciation activities are missing. Also, vocabulary table, glossary, quizzes are missing. And historical issues of the target language are not enough to study. So, thank you for now. My friend Burak will continue.
Hi there guys, and thanks Kadir. Now, we will continue from our outline with the results of our needs analysis. From our previous questionnaire study, we found some key characteristics about our learners that could help us contribute to improving our source materials and ultimately tailor it better for them. Here are some of the more important ones of our findings. Not very surprisingly, majority of our learners feel the need to learn English to pass the exams. We wish to see this change in the future. They are also keen on traveling abroad, getting to know people and their cultures. In addition, there are distinct situations in which our learners have difficulties. First and foremost, understanding what they hear. If majority of students complain about it, then this alone should indicate some things have to change. Also, pronunciation, verbal and written expression. These statements of our learners indicate a clear path to follow when composing a source material. Students precisely mention what they lack, and that's exactly what teachers should pay attention to. Furthermore, our learners want a more pronounced pronunciation lessons, more group works and games, and basically more chance to talk to their friends in English. Their attitudes towards English class are mostly positive. They think English classes are fun, exactly as it should be. The ones who dislike English think so mainly because they are not very successful at it, which should not be too difficult to overcome. As for how our learners perceive knowledge, each type of intelligence is present, though it varies. You can see the graph on how they range. This graph should be a hint for teachers on what materials to bring in the class. Well, this was my part. Thank you all for listening. Now, Kardelen will take over.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kardelen. I will introduce our unit. It is third unit named Downtown. It contains 16 pages and there are no subunits. Comparative, superlative, and present continuous tense are studied. Mostly deductive teaching is preferred and we have 28 activities. We found 22 activities appropriate, but 6 of them could be better when adaptation is applied. This unit targets that students can speak about present and they can make comparison easily. In addition to this, after learning grammatical elements, students can read, speak, and listen by using these at the same time. As to other outcomes offered by the book are these: they can describe places, they can describe what people are doing now. Let's begin adaptation. I will start with simplification. When we look at these results, students dislike English generally because of difficulty in learning English. Also, as it doesn't resemble to Turkish, according to the students, we need to tolerate this issue and make sentences be familiar with them. In this way, simplification can be helpful. It makes sentences more understandable. Reading texts are the ones which the simplification techniques mainly applied on, so I will consider this. Actually, we found the language used in reading text clear to comprehend enough. However, there are few exceptions that can be edited. When we look closer, grammatical structures are simple enough. Unknown words does not exist. For a sentence structure, there's just one compound sentence in whole reading text. It isn't hard to understand actually, but according to the whole unit, there is no topic to teach using two conjunctions in a sentence. And divide this into the two sentences. My brother Bura can't join the party because he is ill. One sentence. And he wants to rest at home. One sentence. It is adaptation. Thanks for listening.
Hello everyone, it's me again. Now, I want you to look at the activity and visuals. I think the number of the visuals is limited to get idea to speak and there is no concept map. And this question comes to my mind. How do students organize their ideas easily? I changed this activity by adding more visuals and concept map. And after stage, our research shows that 55% of the students like studying with visuals. Visuals are enough in general, but in this unit, they're not. And in this activity, some visuals are added to provide students to speak by getting idea easily with the help of more visuals and concept map. They have a chance to develop their ideas by brainstorming, and they will see the pictures and some criteria in concept map to talk confidently. And in this way, this activity will work better. Now, this is the second one. I want you to look at the activity. It is so simple and not challenging. But in after stage, according to our research, our book doesn't have pronunciation activities and we know that 60% of the students wants to do pronunciation activities. So I changed this activity by adding pronunciation activity. Firstly, they will pronounce these words, then they circle the odd ones. And in this way, this activity will be more challenging and better.
Hello everyone, I am Turgay. In this part, we will omit an activity. This is the last activity of the unit. In this activity, students are supposed to draw vocabulary items. This activity doesn't fit with main 4 language skills. In our research, we learned that some of the students have hard times in learning new words. By omitting this activity, students will have a chance to work with words more. Moreover, students want to do group activities according to our previous research. The fact that the activity considers multiple intelligence is good, but it is time consuming. So it will be better if it is assigned as a homework. Like this. Now we will modify an activity this time. Let's look at the activity. As you can see, these images are hardly understood. They could have chosen more carefully. In our research, we learned that students love studying with images. However, they can't express themselves with ease. If students cannot understand the activity, they cannot talk about it because they will be confused in the first place. And the items which will be compared should be strictly distinguished from each other. So, we need to change some of the pictures for students' understanding. Like this.
Hello everyone, I'm Sezen. I will talk to you about modification. We wanted to change the activity 3 in page 60. Since students are not using any of their language or communicative skills in this activity, in my opinion, this activity does not meet the aims of the lesson. This activity only requires students to write down the names that are already written above. So we can say that this activity does not really teach anything. For these reasons, I find this activity ineffective. We previously discovered that majority of the students want to participate in more group activities and work on their pronunciation. Therefore, I decided to modify this activity into a group discussion. Speaking to their classmates, students will also have the opportunity to self-check and correct their pronunciation, comparing themselves with their friends. By turning this activity into a speaking activity instead, we achieved a chance to give the students what they expect from an English classroom.
Hey, it's me again. Now on to reordering. Here we have a discussion activity. In activity X, students are required to form groups and discuss about living in a city or a village, and which one is better. We thought this activity was in the wrong place in the wrong order. Activity Y comes in just 2 pages after the X. It is about 2 people discussing also which is better, city life or village life. This activity is a whole lot more prompted than the first one. By taking this activity and putting it right before the original discussion activity, they would have an extra practice on the subject before they form groups, and then discuss the subject without any prompt. This way, we make sure there's a better transition from a more controlled activity to a less controlled one. We chose to reorder these activities because our learners love talking in the class, talking to their friends in the activities, and they want to work in groups and talk to their friends in English. With that in mind, if we were to lead these activities in the same order, some students might have difficulties in discussing without any prompt. Maybe because some of them could not think of enough ideas on the subject, or still not sure how to express their ideas about cities and villages. By reordering and presenting the activity that is filled with more information first, we give students one final activity that will give them some ideas on how to discuss about the subject and give them the chance to gather some ideas. Doing so, we possibly prevent some students who would be hesitant to participate in the activity even though they love to talk in English in the class. Now, Sezen will continue with What Did We Do? Thanks for listening.
Hello, I'm back again. Now I want to talk about what we did briefly. First, we discovered the weaknesses of the book. We found out about students' needs, lacks, and interests. Then, we compared the results of the questionnaire and the survey. We decided to add more pictures and a concept map in the book. We deleted some activities we thought were not helpful. And then, we modified some activities which lacked some qualities. We simplified activities which were not appropriate to the student's level. And lastly, we reordered some activities for a better learning sequence. So what do we suggest? We suggest the teacher to include more pronunciation activities. We saw that students have problems with their pronunciation skills, so the teacher can include more pronunciation activities. We think that the book is not very efficient in terms of pronunciation. The teacher can also conduct more group activities as students want to take part in. Group activities are also very beneficial for developing various skills at the same time. The study also showed that students encounter hardships with their listening skills. It is clear that students need to work on their listening comprehension skills. The teacher can try to make the listening process easier for students by teaching some helpful methods. As students also have problems with their speaking, the more they speak in the class, the better it is. The teacher should create more opportunities for students to talk. Since children are all about fun, the teacher can try to make classes more enjoyable. The teacher can make use of some educational games, some fun videos, or some useful websites. And lastly, as our study indicated that there are many students with different learning styles, it is better for the teacher to conduct various kinds of activities suitable for each learning style. This way, every student can have a better chance of learning successfully. My part is over now. Thank you for listening. Now, Turgay will continue.
Hello, it's me again. Let's sum up what we have been doing since the beginning. The result of coursebook evaluation analysis. Firstly, book could look better if some changes were made. Secondly, the book lacks different supplementary materials such as workbook. Every coursebook should contain workbook, I think. The activities in the book are appropriate for using different language skills. But reading techniques are ignored. We didn't see any skimming or scanning part. Also, pronunciation is ignored as well. The results of students' needs analysis. Students need to go abroad, so they will use the language eventually. However, they lack speaking. Also, they want to correct their pronunciation. Teachers should consider students' needs, lacks, and wants for better language learning environment. Also, they should organize lessons according to students' multiple intelligences as well. In this unit, city life and town life are compared. Then, it is followed by what the people are doing now. We have 28 activities in the units. The grammar topic is given deductively. Lastly, we adapt some activities for the sake of better learning. When needed, we add, omit, modify, simplify, and reorder some activities. Thank you for listening.